Muir was very wet. Yum! I'm getting something.
Crumbling, eerie ruin.
We gotta make the most of the classic San Francisco windy and rainy weather. Let's see how this security line is. And it's time to find my gate, but I am here plenty early enough, and going through the check was actually super quick. They didn't even stop me, which I was kind of surprised by because I have like prescriptions that are over the size limit, but they didn't even check. I'm actually going to use a Starbucks gift card that some guy gave to me at the gym. It was super sweet, so I'm going to get me some breakfast. Secure the gate.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our...
Step out of the aisle to allow others to pass and take your assigned seats quickly and safely. If you're having trouble locating a place for your bags,
Welcome aboard. We want to thank you for flying with Delta. For your safety, please stay seated with your seatbelt security fastened.
Such a short flight, I barely got anything done, but you know, something's better than nothing. There was definitely only a few moments on this trip where the sun came out, but I'm glad I got to see a little bit of the San Francisco streets before it was downpouring rain. I will say though, we did make the most of it, and I actually learned a lot about San Francisco. He's waiting. If you didn't already know this, I would definitely recommend going to a town's visitor center. It is a great free activity, but the hours are limited. Let's see what the visitor center has to offer. Oh, do you see the bridge? I didn't even see that before because look how cloudy it is. The what? The bridge is right there.
Oh my goodness.
But you can barely see it. Oh, that's crazy. I imagine this place is so busy when it's not raining because it was gorgeous. I could not believe it. I definitely hope I can come back here someday when I can enjoy it more. Interactive location. And it pops up and lets you know about it. You can X out of the windows, choose different ones. Object. There's a little bird. That's pretty cool. Are we... Oh, you are here. That is nowhere near where I thought we were. You are here. It's funny, the bridge seems like it's a lot closer, like looking out the window, than it does on the map. The rain is coming down, but there's the bridge. She's big and gray, but it's pretty. Kind of like this part of the bridge the best. It looks pretty cool. Almost sounds like a sea lion. So this is where we are. Or they're playing that sound effect. Oh, that makes more sense. So you are here. I wanted something for scale. You can see how big I am in comparison to how big this place is. Thank you. But it's cool to walk through the little walkway paths. This is huge. It's that old, that's insane. What do you think of your view for shooting?
Well, this cannon, how heavy it is, and some of them weighed up to 5 tons.
Damn.
They used these ropes and hoisted these things up to the top.
That's crazy.
And it shot. It was a 65-pound ball of lead that it shot.
So who has to pick up 65 pounds and put it in? Or does it go in from the other end? This end? Oh, that's insanely heavy. Walking up all the way to the top one. It looks cool. It reminds me of a barn silo.
Can you imagine like massive groups of people trying to get up and down these tiles? It's like
I couldn't. No, it was crazy. It's cool though that they let you up here. We went all the way up to the top, above the 3 stories, and it looks so cool to see the bridge. That's crazy. Not sure how well the umbrella will do in this wind. Oh, so cool. And then we actually made our way over to the San Francisco Columbarium and Funeral Home. It's actually a place where you can store ashes. ChatGPT recommended going because it's a really gorgeous building. It's a historical landmark. It was built in 1898, but I will say it was a bit awkward because it's actually a current place you can have ashes stored, and there was a service going on while we were there, and in general, you have to be let in by a staff member to go inside. So I don't know if I would per se recommend it to you, but the building was beautiful. And then we made our way over and ended up getting an endless seafood buffet. It was a bit more of a casual spot, but I gotta say I'm glad we went because I was starving. Digging through the seafood buffet. So many crab legs have been completed, cracked open, and eaten. This one gift shop has the little ornaments, so I might be needing a trolley car or a cable car. Cute. Add to my ornament collection. I don't need the bigger one. The bigger one has this kind, but I still think I want my little one. And then there was actually a bit of work on this trip. I spent one day going to DesignCon for a conference. Here is Circuit Cellar, and let's see how the convention is. Now, if you didn't know, my day job is actually working for a publishing company, and I don't normally go to the conferences because they're a bit outside of my skill set. I do the graphic design work mostly for the company, and they print pretty technical information, like engineers that really know what they're doing, and I gotta say, it was cool to go. It was cool to talk to people, but again, it's not part of my skill set. It's way above my head, but I am glad that I got the opportunity to experience it and eat so much food on this trip. You can't see that we're going over the bridge too much. We were actually heading over the bridge to go to Muir Woods, and there are reservations required to do this, rain or not. So cloudy, you cannot see the water at all. It's raining a lot. A lot. It's very wet at the visitor center start of the trails. So we'll see how this goes. The Muir Woods National Monument in the very wet trail. I'm in my raincoat, poncho and hat and umbrella. These are massive. This tree is dedicated to someone. We've been going along on the trail. It's very rainy, and then down here, you can hear the waterfall. Very wet. Walking through the trees is cool. This part of the trail, the water is flowing right next to the trail. It's kind of cool. Now we made our way into the gift shoppy area. These battles of the tree look cool. You're out of woods. Nashawani. Oh, it has like the map on the side. That's actually pretty cool. Postcards. I think this might be a sticker. That's it. Yep, peel back sticker. And they have their actual. Oh, this isn't even a postcard. This feels hard. I don't know what this is. Oh, it is a postcard, but it's like a wooden version. Don't need a wooden postcard. Maybe this. Maybe. I might want the deer. I didn't see any deer though, did you? Tonight's dinner is pizza. Yum, the pizza was delicious. And then we ended up going over to Tiburon and we wanted to go to Angel Island, but the weather was way too bad. And then we ended up making our way over to Richmond and stumbled upon some stores I was not expecting. Right now we're in the Columbia store for employees and like invite only thing. And it has like discounts off of the main price, so we'll see if I see anything that I want. Some things it's just the color I wouldn't do, so we'll see if I get anything, but it is a pretty good discount price. I decided I am getting a hiking boot for $150. I think they look really good and will make a great shoe for going on my hikes. It is 50% off of the ticketed price. I think they're simple, basic, black, and will work great because my regular hiking boots are really brown and stand out. These look a bit more like a sneaker, but they're completely waterproof, which is nice. So picking these ones up, I am getting something. Thank you. Secured the goods from the Columbia store. And then one of the main reasons we're in Richmond, besides going around to all the different areas and crossing all the bridges, was actually to be able to take one of the ferries to the different points in San Francisco. It's a pretty affordable way to get around and honestly just cool to see an area you don't normally see from a different point of view, especially from the water. The sun is somewhere behind that cloud, almost about to peek through. Now, Richmond to the ferry building isn't the only ways you can go, but we just figured it was a great way to get back into the town. All the buildings. So here's that boat that you can access as the public. It's kind of cool. You can go on it. You get to go on the outer deck that literally just feels like you're on top of a building with like the street lights and the sign and the railing and the planters. But really, it's the top of a boat. Similar to that, the views are amazing. It is so pretty up here. I could move in. I wouldn't mind having this as my deck overlooking the city views. But it's cool that this is an area that you can access free as the public. Boat that now kind of serves as an office. It looks so new on the inside.
Where there were once grand terminals out along the railroad. Now the structures are completely gone. The T system railroad that used to run on the lower deck was removed completely to make way for more traffic lanes. The ferry building was severed from the rest of the city by a double-deck interstate spur. The Bay Area had shifted, just like the rest of the country, from railroads and mass transit towards buses and the private automobile.
Christmas all year long in this shop. Should I turn my apartment into this? I would hate it for the rest of the year though. See, I don't like this kind of Christmas. This is no to me. This is yes, like the classic-y. And like the more naturey look, like it's so pretty. Yum! Clam chowder. I think this is a good choice. Oh, that had a lot more flavors than I was expecting it to. Here's the view outside of the restaurant. You can see the Ferris wheel, but also it seems like a storm is blowing in. It's getting darker. Now it's nighttime. If you want to know a little secret about this vlog, it's actually not in order because it was such a weird collection of footage from this trip that I ended up putting in an order that made a bit more sense for watching. So I'm skipping back to the second day of the trip, the only day we really had decent weather, and we decided we had to spend it outside. We went to the bathhouses, and I did not think I was going to love it as much as I did.
The Sutro baths were a monument of their time, boasting various amenities such as heated swimming pools, restaurants, and even a private museum. A complete picture of luxury and opulence.
They have the cool stamps that you can stamp your book with, so it looks like that.
San Francisco is synonymous with its bathhouses, and yet very few people have heard of a place where this tradition all started. Once a thriving gateway for the working class.
Crazy that something that big and significant doesn't exist anymore.
Why doesn't it exist anymore?
Right? Oh, so here's kind of like how it, like, the surface level going down to the water. It's huge. Insane.
Patrons flocked from near and far to visit the largest indoor swimming establishment in the world, seeking an escape from their daily lives. And yet, from today's perspective, we might say it was doomed from the start. This once incredible complex is now little more than a crumbling, eerie ruin. But how did we reach such extremes?
The house on the cliffside is kind of cool to see from this angle with the big windows.
Doesn't look so fancy anymore, does it?
No, it does not. Now, we probably spent way more time here than most people do, but I love a good outdoor adventure with ruins. And if you ever heard the saying, I left my heart in San Francisco, I want you to let me know if you can find the heart. I went inside the cave and it looks so cool to see how this thing in here is huge. Crazy. There's an opening in the cave and you can see the waves coming through. Well, I almost wonder if it had more of like an opening and parts had broken off or something. But it looks cool. It's crazy that we're inside this giant cave with a lookout. And the cave's pretty long. Here's the view from up top of the bathhouses. So cool.
But the wonder of the Sutro baths didn't end there. The pools were fitted with diving boards, water slides, trapezes, trampolines, and swings. A large promenade that overlooked the pool was home to a museum with various objects and art pieces from all around the world. These attractions included exotic plants, artwork, geologic specimens, taxidermy, and even Egyptian mummies. Guests also had access to 500 dressing rooms, a 2,700-seat amphitheater, and club rooms that could hold up to 1,100 people. Sutro also opened several restaurants and even built a tram to bring in visitors. During high tide, these pools could pump in almost 2 million gallons of water in just 1 hour. And during low tide, a sea level turbine pumped water into the tanks at a rate of 6,000 gallons a minute.
So it seems like you used to be able to walk out to that point. Making our way through the sushi and the winds. And this beach is full of sand dollars. They're so cool. There's a whole bag of them. I've actually never found sand dollars before, so that was a really cool experience to walk on the beach, have some decent weather, and then we actually went on a hike with some amazing views. So I would say we made the most of the one day that we had the sun, and I'm so glad.
There's some interesting names.
They really are. Same thing with the drinks though, too. It's just like very interesting, funky names and themes. I think the back should have pictures like the front does. And then it's definitely all like Harry Potter themed. It just happened to be down the street from where we were staying, and it's kind of like a funky little Harry Potter notes. Like not at all, not even slightly.